What's the difference between the Google Ad Grant and paid ads? Should we use the Google Ad Grant if we already are utilizing a paid Google Ads account? And how should we think about the interplay between the two? This is a very common question that we get from nonprofit organizations and marketing professionals that we're talking with within nonprofits. And there are a number of key differences between a traditional paid Google Ads account and the Google Ad Grant account, and they can often be very effectively utilized together. So on the paid side, paid Google Ads accounts can advertise obviously within Google search, but also on all the other Google platforms. So the Google Display Network, which is websites across the internet where display ads can appear. They can show up on YouTube, they can show up in Gmail, they can show up in Google Maps, all kinds of different options for paid Google Ads. And obviously a paid account costs real money, but it has all of the features. So not only different platforms, it can also be used for remarketing. It's more competitive, your ads are more competitive. So we'll talk about how the Google Ad Grant is a secondary auction. If, let's say that someone is advertising on a Google search results page, any paid advertisers will always appear above the Google Ad Grant ads because that's how the auction works. First, any people paying real money with a traditional Google Ads account, first their ads show, and then in any leftover space, Google Ad Grant ads appear. So that's one of the key differences. Paid Google Ads account, much more capable, no restrictions other than, Google's normal terms of service, but all of the options that they make available are available in a paid ads account. The Google Ad Grant side is more limited. It's just search ads at the time of this recording. So just ads that appear when people search in Google for keywords related to your nonprofit organization. As mentioned, it's a secondary auction, so your ads will appear below any ads of people that are paying real money. Whether they're nonprofit or for-profit, it's just how they're paying that determines the ads that show up first for the paid. But the great benefit of the Google Ad Grant, and what makes it most attractive, is that you have $10,000 a month of credit to spend on those ads that don't cost you real money and don't come out of your organization's operating budget, which is fantastic. The Google Ad Grant is an incredible resource. It's, in our view, wildly underutilized by the nonprofit community. It's getting better, but still is a major untapped potential opportunity for nonprofit organizations all over the world. So the way that we think about it is that the Google Ad Grant is a great way for your nonprofit organization to dip your toe into the water and start learning about how ads might be an effective channel for you as part of your marketing. And then if you're finding success with the Google Ad Grant, or potentially even if you're not, depending on some factors, but especially if you're finding success with the Google Ad Grant, maxing out the budget, spending the $10,000 a month, it can be very effective to then layer on additional paid Google advertising, especially in the form of remarketing, which is showing ads to people that have already been to your website is what remarketing, it's how it works. So those are the differences. The Google Ad Grant is in some ways similar. It's in some ways a hybrid between traditional paid ads and search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is where you make tweaks to your website in an effort to show up higher in Google organic search results. That is also free, quote unquote, in that you're not paying for media. It, of course, costs money in reality because it requires work. So it requires staff time, either from your internal staff or like we also do SEO. So we can help you with that. Sadly, not free, but it's something we can also help you with if it's helpful. SEO is great. It's a more of a long-term strategy. It can take, multiple months for sort of Google's algorithm to take notice of the changes that you've made on your pages. And so it can lead to great long-term traffic of people coming to your website for important keywords, but it typically takes some time. The Google Ad Grant is not as fast as paid ads or not as powerful as paid ads, but it's more powerful than SEO in many ways. And depending on the keyword and depending on the competitiveness, there's always caveats with all of this, but it tends to be much faster, it tends to be much more immediate, and you can typically get a much greater lift. So we basically always recommend to a nonprofit, if you're dipping your toe in the water and you're trying to optimize your Google presence, start with the Google Ad Grant and then consider expanding into paid ads or SEO or other strategies from there. I hope this has been helpful. We'd love to chat with you if we can be useful to you. We are Nonprofit Megaphone. We, as of the recording of this video, manage the Google Ad Grant for nearly 800 nonprofit organizations all over the world. We'd love to share examples of organizations that are similar to yours and how we've been able to help them with the Google Ad Grant or with other strategies. And you can check us out on our website at nonprofitmegaphone.com. And tell them I sent you. My name's Grant. I'm the CEO of Nonprofit Megaphone, and it would be a joy to work with the organization. And thank you so much for the incredible work that I have no doubt you're doing. Hope you have a great day.